Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we dig up, divide, and move some Solomon seal. So let's go. I have a patch of variegated Solomon seal in my yard. It's not in the most optimal area. Today I figured we would go ahead and dig it up and move it. And if there are any pieces that we can divide, we're going to tackle that as well. The Solomon seal is in a very weedy part of my yard. And in an effort to clean that weedy part of my yard, one of the things I'm trying to do is dig out any plants that are precious to me and move them to other areas of my yard. I received the variegated Solomon seal a number of years ago. It's a very slow-growing woodland or shade type of perennial. It also has a very interesting, dainty little white flower that you see during the early spring months. But what I really like about it is just its overall structure, and I think it adds a lot to a very shady part of your garden. It's the type of plant that you wouldn't normally put towards the front of a flower bed. You would normally place it either in the middle to the back of the flower garden. What I'm popping up on the screen are some specs when it comes to Solomon seal, in case you're interested in the soil type, the shade or light conditions, as well as height. So let's go on a mini treasure hunt, and I'm going to show you where I currently have the Solomon seal. I wasn't lying when I told you it's in a weedy part of my backyard. And that's okay. One day this area will be beautiful. But for today, we are on a treasure hunt to get some beautiful things. You can see in the very back there, we have some Solomon seal that's tucked in. Today's the day that we're going to dig them out and move them to their new home. For a digging tool, I'm just going to use a large shovel. In terms of the best time to divide or transplant your Solomon seal, you normally want to do it in the early spring months. It's the middle of summer right now. I feel comfortable doing this job at this time, and it's giving the roots still plenty of time to establish themselves. It is hot, but I'm making sure that the plant is going to get plenty of water. I have drip irrigation nearby, and I'm also going to be giving additional water to the plants on top of that, just so that they can really settle into their new homes. The other thing I want to mention is this is a very slow growing plant. So even though I've had it in this space for a number of years, it'll be interesting to see how many plants we dig up. It's not going to be a whole bunch, but it's going to be enough to get started for our new area. I'm not going to dig right at the base of the plant. I'm going to dig out by a few inches. And it's always a good idea to go around the plant. You want to get as much of the root as you can. Since this is a weedy part of my yard, I'm going to make sure that I'm removing any weeds that are at the base of the plant. We don't want to bring along any hitchhikers. So we made sure that the plant has a good amount of roots at the base. Let me go ahead and dig up the rest of the Solomon seal, and then we'll get them planted. And just for reference, those are the Solomon seals. They're closest to us, and then as you move close to the tree, there's some more down there. In this example here, we have two. So I want to start with just removing the soil off of here. You don't have to do that. The reason I'm doing it is because there are a lot of weeds amongst even the soil. So I'm really trying to just actually take off all the soil. So I'm just removing it, and then I can show you at least the structure when you have two that are near each other like this. So in terms of dividing, while I'm taking off the soil from the base, I want to show you that it's actually just falling apart just like that. So we had one clump in that amount of soil there, but as I removed the soil, it just naturally fell apart. And that's a close-up of what the variegated leaves look like. And if we go down to the bottom, you can see here are the roots. And it's almost like a type of tuber or a rhizome. And there's a new growth point or an eye coming this way. So when it comes to planting this, we just want to make sure at a minimum that the roots as well as this part right here is beneath soil level. And you can actually see there's a white section here. I might as well make sure that that gets beneath soil level. And then the rest of this, from this point upward, will be above soil level. In this example here, this was a growth point where we had growth going up here. But right here, if you look carefully, you can see that this is another growth point, which means we'll have another plant coming this way for next year. It didn't appear this year, but next year we should have another one coming here. And at that time, I could come in here and cut this in half to turn it into two plants if I really want to. Well, I'm amazed. We actually dug up over 25 variegated Solomon seal plants, which is pretty cool considering how slow they grow. And I want to mention a couple of things here. Like I said, I took the soil off the roots because I wanted to get rid of any weeds. You can leave the soil on if you're transplanting them. And the other thing I want to mention is that there were a few of them where some of the tops fell off of the bottom. So I got rid of the top. You want to at least keep the roots. The plant is totally fine. It will come back fine next year. I also want to show you right here. This is where the spent blooms are. They don't look like much, but that's where there were little white flowers that were dangling from the bottom of the leaves here. Look how pretty they are. I just tucked them into a bucket. I'm going to put some soil on top of the roots. I'm going to water them and put them in a shady location. But let's go ahead and get one planted. And that shady location is right here. So I have a couple of options. I can plant these towards the middle of the bed, but you can see that the middle of the bed is packed with other things. So I'm actually going to be planting these towards the back of the bed. And in order to make maximum impact, my goal is to not have them fully spread out. I'm going to actually be planting them very close to each other so that they make a nice show. We're only planting one right now for demonstration purposes. We have a storm coming, so I just wanted to get this one in the ground. And then once the storm passes, I'll be planting the rest of these guys. They actually don't need a lot of fertilizer as long as you're planting them in soil that's nice and nutritious, which in my case, this is very good soil. I've amended it with compost over the years. And I also have wood chips that are around here, but a lot of the wood chips down below have broken down. You just want to make sure that the soil that you're putting them in is nice and nutritious. So once again, I want to just make sure that the roots are beneath soil level, as well as some of this white part here. I want it to be the same depth that it was where it came from. And now I can go ahead and backfill, press down, and backfill again. I'm so excited that together we dug up all of that Solomon seal. We got one planted, and I'm going to get the rest planted. And during my next garden tour, I'll show you what they all look like in this space. So be on the lookout for that video. I'm also interested to see, will these get any taller now that they're in this area? Because they're not really competing with weeds or anything like that. If I feel that they're too short for the back of this flower bed, in future years, we can come in here, we can dig these up, and we can move them more towards the center of the bed. But for now, they're going to be much better off in this area. Let me know if you have Solomon seal in your garden, and if not, are you considering getting it? It's a beautiful plant, and even though this is a variegated variety, there are some out there that are not variegated. Those are equally as beautiful. I hope you're able to get out in your gardens, and until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.